Kimmel's gone, as you may already know, for claiming it was obviously MAGA in some political scheme who assassinated Charlie Kirk. And I just heard he had threats to him and his family just for his opinions and things he said. Well, welcome to the club, buddy. Hello and welcome to a special episode of the Two Shot Factor. Jimmy Kimmel canceled.
Viewer discretion advised.
The controversy all stems from what Kimmel said on his show Monday night.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
Honestly, I think Kimmel is a funny guy, but he's a person that has a job. He works for certain corporate bigwigs.
Tonight, protests outside of ABC headquarters. The reaction to Jimmy Kimmel being pulled from American airwaves as polarized as the country's politics.
You can't go around firing somebody because you're fearful or trying to suck up to an authoritarian criminal administration in the Oval Office.
While Kimmel's comments have been slammed as unfunny and untrue.
There's a very concerted effort to try to lie to the American people.
Corporate bigwigs that have a political agenda. It's old news. It's basically a decade old news. I mean, when Trump started his political campaign in 2015, all of a sudden the talk shows just became this political thing. By 2016, it got real. As he started gaining more and more momentum, they were like, well, we have to do something. Playing some games, are ya? Hey there, President, it's me, Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy, I watched the door. Leave me alone. Hey, don't do that. Wrong. Yeah, stick him, Jimmy. Oh, this is a disaster. Oh yeah, he's gonna do it right there. And I started to think he can still be funny. And there were times, literally, maybe it was before Trump re-won the election, where it looked almost like they were starting to maybe taper off a little bit. Maybe they were starting to do some other things and even make some jokes where it wasn't mean against Trump. I saw a few things like that, I'll admit. But for the most part, it wasn't really any different. And don't get me wrong, I live in Canada and I'm not a big fan of the tariffs. Trump lost a little bit of his ratings with me, so to speak. But I'm not here to be, black and white. I'm Republican or I'm liberal. It's not about that. You might say I'm libertarian. South Park did have that Charlie Kirk episode. Apparently they are pulling it off the air. But one of the writers or the producer or something said that Charlie Kirk apparently loved that episode. I mean, who wouldn't laugh at stuff like that? I mean, once again, if people are making fun of you like that, you've got to have done something right. But what Kimmel said was crossing the line. I mean, look at this idiot here in these interviews, Carlos.
It seemed like a joke. He's a comedian, so it makes sense for comedians to make jokes.
He's making a joke. He makes jokes. That doesn't mean that was a joke. Most of his political rhetoric on that show, it's like preaching. It's like a cult, a new age cult.
It's probably best if comedy show hosts stick to comedy.
No hate, no fear.
Fascists are not welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Hey guys,
Fascists
are not welcome here. Guys, I don't know if you know this, but a father just had his head blasted in front of the world.
Can you maybe not take pictures and videos
We're grieving that right now. Do you guys understand that? Do you know
Can you not take my picture? Can you not take my picture? Jesus, what do you expect's going to happen when you're out in a place like this? In this day and age, you're going to mock people at a vigil? And the thing is, everyone's heard a million times it shouldn't matter about people's opinions. And by doing that, you're literally making yourself look so bad. Like, oh, I didn't know that, or I'm in the right, or we've talked to police about this.
We have both.
that we are fascists.
We have talked to the RCMP, and we are both equally expressing.
You have a right to be here, but having a right doesn't make what you're doing right.
Sleep it off, buddy.
Do you understand?
Yeah, would you agree that you are doing the same thing? Supporting such a very bigoted person?
I am grieving.
Grieving a person that you do not know personally? Please.
Did you know him? Did that girl there know Kurt Cobain? Give me a break.
You do not have fucking sex tape on this. So why don't you fight what you're fighting away from the vigil? Okay.
I'm a free speech advocate, but I'm an employment lawyer and have to warn employees if you're going to say something that is objectively awful or could embarrass your employer, don't.
There's been videos out there, and I'm not a legal expert by any means. Obviously, he's being held in a jail, and they're trying to set court dates and whatnot. I don't know all of this, but I've watched one of those lawyer shows. One interesting thing I found out was they have a protective order for Erica Kirk, the widow of Charlie Kirk. Tyler Robinson, the accused killer of Charlie Kirk, isn't allowed to make any phone calls where he can talk to like a relative of his, and then in the event that maybe, just maybe, that person can go to Erica Kirk and say, please back off on the death penalty. That's why they have these in there. Also, there's influence from his witness tampering. That's one of the charges, and obstruction, where he asked his lover to delete text messages, don't say anything to anyone. Renowned defense attorney, what's his name again? Bradford Cohen, who has been in many high-profile murder cases. He's the one that told me that stuff. After reading the note, roommate responded, "What? You're joking, right? I'm still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem, Utah, for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home." And you see him running off the roof. You're like, what is with, like, people don't learn? How do they not check the roofs? I don't understand that. Like, after what happened to Donald Trump, oh, there was a guy, it looked like he was climbing up a ladder there. Maybe we got to check him. You know, you'd think they talked about it in JFK. Like, never have some guy opening an umbrella. Never have some guy sitting up in all these windows open in nearby buildings. Everything would have been checked. There just wasn't a feeling, a presence of the military presence, because that had been ordered. Secret Service agents, a bunch of them, have been ordered to stand down. All that takes you back to Jimmy Kimmel's idea that it was MAGA themselves to gain political ground. Well, they've already gotten for the information had actually already been released. He was basically theorizing this stuff after the news, I think, had already been released. It happened on a Sunday, and this was Monday that Jimmy Kimmel said that, right? So I'm still new to some of this, so I'm still not exactly sure on all the dates, but that's what I heard. Either way, he said that so affirmative. You know, he was so confident about that. That was something that was like, don't you realize, like you're getting too extreme here? Don't you realize what could happen? And that's what can happen. ABC got rid of him. I mean, you make your bosses look bad. You got some guy out there that, yeah, this is a death we're talking about. It's not just a bunch of words and crazy tweets from Donald Trump. All right, great tweet. You know what? ABC's canceled. And, you know, also we got a couple guys up. We got Seth and we got the other, we got Fallon. Totally not funny. Do it, NBC.
The U.S. president's comments coming a day after Disney indefinitely suspended Jimmy Kimmel's show for remarks he made in the wake of Charlie Kirk's killing.
If you guys would like to
I am grieving the loss.
would you like take a few steps back?
We saw his head be blown up in front of his wife, his
We are
children.
not.
I saw that video like a lot of people. I mean, that's a game changer. It blew your mind. And that's the thing, when you see stuff like that, even though it can shock you, whether you saw it unedited or with a blur, I mean, you know, a lot of people shouldn't see stuff like that. It's kind of hard to unsee those things. Like how quickly, right? Like so many times you've seen movies where people are like, oh, there was none of that. It was just boom. Brutal stuff. I think that's all I got to say for now.